So, as Borja said, I'm from the Center for Robust Decision Making in Climate and Energy Policy, which has a big name. I'm going to try to shorten it to one of many acronyms, for example, or DSAP, but really with your pleasure. We're one of several centers that make our home in the Computation Institute, and we have members that span the University of Chicago, Argonne National Labs, and several other universities and institutions across the country, or actually stretching out to London. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we do, some of our research topics, and then tell you how we hope you'll get involved with us. So what do we do? Decision makers are acting now, today, on climate change and energy issues that have implications far out into the future. And unfortunately, most, if not all, of those problems involve deep uncertainty. So things like the future of the technological development of energy usage. How will climate change affect weather, floods, or droughts? What are we going to do with our impact on the ability to grow food, or even the global economy, just to name a few. And so what we do is we seek to improve our ability to respond to those challenges by providing tools and methods that help policymakers deal with that uncertainty. And primarily what we do is we develop research around the computational models needed to evaluate those policies. So there's a lot of computer science and then a lot of other interdisciplinary work from statistics, to economics, to law, and it's a big challenge. So we have a strong interdisciplinary team. We have Ian Foster here, who is our PI. He is representing CS. We have people from the Argonne Science Division, from the law school, the statistics department, the geophysical sciences, Paris School of Public Policy, and I'm sure I'm missing some, but
we have some economists guy.
And economists, yes, we have that. How could I forget the economists? We have lots of economists.
But Lars Hansen's picture of back, so the Nobel Prize, so he can, it's not good, but he's busy.
Yeah, so I should have let him know about art. So a quick survey of our research projects, and anything that piques your interest, I want you to find us at the end, and you'll see that we have a great need to have your help on those projects. We're developing a lot of computational frameworks that enable people to characterize existing models. These range from economic models like SIMR, that are economic and policy modeling frameworks. They deal with international trade, energy and electricity sector usages, and the effects of how these policies might impact people of different income classes or levels. We have agricultural impacts frameworks, one called PSIMS that I think I mentioned a little bit earlier, that enables everything from a simulation of a farmer's field in the backyard and how they're going to deal with what happens in climate change to massively parallel integrated global assessments in high resolution. So we have a global land use model that looks at the trade-offs in land use issues. So how are we going to get biofuel energy and carbon sequestration and places for people to live and food at the same product land in the future? What are those trade-offs? We have platforms that we're developing that enable automated analysis of workflows from reproducible research for climate and climate data and impacts data. We have climate science projects that involve studying how variability is going to happen in climate in the future. What is the sensitivity of climate models to initial conditions or parameter choices? And then studies, this is where Laura's comes in, on robust decision methods in economic models for climate change. So that's just about how do you deal with the decision-making process. Do you act now, given uncertain information? Do you wait, hope you learn more, and you can make a better decision in the future? How do you, I'm gonna use up all my time. And for questions like how do I make a choice that gives me the best outcome if I don't know something about the inputs, if there's some uncertainty of what's going to happen. We also have local policy, for anybody from the policy school, we have local policy evaluations, so how are renewable energy policies enacted by different states impacting the price of energy, how are states dealing with their ability to affect them, to enact them, are they feasible? And we try to develop decision support tools that let people go in, understand those interactions, and design their own policy or create a better policy if they want to. So that's, in addition, a lot of information. just if any buzzword popped up, come find us. We want you to get involved with our center. We have weekly group meetings that we hope you'll come and check out. They happen on Thursdays. They're named, the students name them foster children meetings, which I think Ian hates, but we love them. So they come every week. People talk about their research, what they're doing, what problems they're having. We work to help each other fix things. We talk about what's happening in the news or literature. We have a number of mailing lists that you can join to learn about opportunities. And we have a number of students. Can share that, Jeremy? Anyone else I see raise their hands real fast? Jeremy and Jeremy, so that is good, who already work with the center, so we invite you to come talk to them, learn about their experiences, and get involved. So thank you very much for your time. Hope to talk to you. Questions?
How do you interact with the Energy Policy
Institute, we actually have an informal collaboration with them, so they're great about bringing, we sometimes share students with them. So for example, Bob Rosner from the Energy Policy Institute, we had a master's student who did a thesis that was co-advised by our two centers. Or they'll have a talk and it'll be relevant for us. And so